briefly. What I'm about to tell you is the true story of hip-hop and how hip-hop began in Los Angeles and the point it began at, and the people who were involved. And I'm only doing this out here with DJ Flash up in the wilds of California, simply because we're realizing as we age that there are people who are interested in the story but don't really know the true facts because no one's ever really laid it out for public consumption to where it's available on a mass scale. So we're using the internet to clear all that up, all the confusion, and in the next year or so you're going to be hearing a lot about Rappers Rap Record Company, Duffy Hooks Jr., Cletus Anderson, DJ Flash, Captain Rap, Macklemore, King MC, people who are no longer with us. Rich and Duffy Hooks have passed, but their legacy will never be forgotten. That's another reason we're doing this, and because it all began with them. And it started like this. My history began in New York, being born and raised there, joining the Air Force, getting out of the Air Force, and I'd always been an actor. And in the late 60s, I did a lot of commercials and television, and so I wanted to pursue that. When I got out of the Air Force, I wanted to come to California. I'm originally from New York. I never publicized that after that. You see what I mean? That's one of the things most people to this day don't know, that I'm a New Yorker, because I had made my name as Disco Daddy as a DJ in Los Angeles, a club DJ. I was the #1 club DJ. And then Big Ben's hired, which they were opening up a store. The guys who owned the Warehouse record chain opened up a store called Big Ben's, which is the largest store in Southern California. And it was on the corner of La Brea and Rodeo, and they had an audition. And I beat all the guys in the audition. They hired me to be, so I had become a powerful DJ because I could break records at my club and give instant response to the people at the record companies, and they loved that. The promotion men, see how this gonna do? I'd get One Nation Under a Groove before it was even released, all kinds of stuff. The Gap Band before they were released. I broke their records in my club before they even. Then I wrote record reviews for a magazine called The Scoop, which was the #1 periodical in the black community at the time. So I did reviews for records. I played records in the club, which I could break, and then I was at point of purchase in the biggest record store in California. So without being on the radio, Disco Daddy had some juice. And I got invitations everywhere, private parties, backstage parties, coming out, record parties, everything. So I decided that I could rap, to make a long story short. And I could use the name that I've leveraged in Los Angeles, that if I did make a rap record, enough people knew me from the years I had made my name as a disc jockey that I could sell. I didn't have the money to produce myself, which back in 79 or 80, you had to go 24-track studio and everything, and so it was expensive. So I quit both of my jobs. That's how much I would really believe I could do that, and started going, because the only drawback to being a DJ is you work Friday and Saturday nights. You can't go to anybody else's club, you see, because you're doing your own club. My club was open from 9 to 6 every Friday and Saturday, just like the other clubs. So I had to quit my job, and that allowed me to go out. I knew all the other DJs in the city, Dr. D up at the Speakeasy, Andre out of Carolina West, Magic Mike at the Showmanet, so I was able to go to those clubs and say, hey man, let me come in for a few minutes on Friday or Saturday and do my raps, because I'm gonna rap, and this is what I want to do, and I need to rap to be able to tighten stuff up. So I would write stuff all week, and then I'd go out to 2 or 3 different clubs in one night, and they would let me in, and I'd do 3 or 4 minutes, and I was seeing that I was turning out the house wherever I was at, because the people had never seen a rapper. That's the one principle that made a lot of rappers, fame at that time, was that people just seeing you for the first time, especially after Rappers Delight came out. Seeing somebody who could do that was a fascinating thing. So you didn't even have to be that good, which in the beginning I wasn't really that good, but I did put a lot of work into the stuff that I wrote, and I saw that certain things affected the crowd and certain things didn't.